Time now for the Morning Rush. We start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Looking at a full day of sunshine today from top to bottom. No concerns outside of the fact that it's going to be breezy to windy over eastern New Mexico. But as we transition into tomorrow and especially late Saturday, here comes our cold front, bringing with it a shot of heavy snowfall as well as rain. Most of this converting to snow overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. Albuquerque, our best chance for picking up showers will be overnight. Crystal?
All right, we start with the big talker this morning. We're less than 24 hours away from a possible government shutdown. The House passed a spending bill yesterday to keep the government funded for at least another month. Senators now have until midnight to hammer out a deal and get it to the president's desk. Unlike the House, though, Republicans in the Senate will need Democrats to pass this measure. Republicans are blaming Democratic demands on DACA. Democrats say the problem lies with the president flip-flopping on key issues. What New Mexico U.S. senators are saying coming up in the 5 Facts. And as the first week of the legislative session comes to a close, lawmakers are shuffling through nearly 300 pieces of legislation. However, that's about 700 fewer than the last 30-day session. 20 lawmakers have yet to file any bills at all. However, Senator Howie Morales says hundreds more could pour in over the next 2 weeks. The deadline for lawmakers to file bills is still 2 weeks away. Also this morning, New Mexico nurses can breathe a sigh of relief after Governor Martinez signed the Nurse Licensure Compact bill. The bill allows travel nurses to practice without a New Mexico-specific license and for New Mexico nurses to practice in other states. Participating states were asked to update that compact, but New Mexico never did. The compact was set to expire today, so just in the nick of time. Remember, News 13 will be at the Roundhouse every day for this 30-day legislative session. We'll continue to keep you updated on air, online, and on our KRQE News app. On to more developing news this morning. A California couple has pleaded not guilty to charges that they starved, abused, and imprisoned 12 of their 13 children. New details this morning. Prosecutors now say the children were so malnourished they were chained to beds and prevented from showering more than once a year. The torture and imprisonment charges do not include the couple's youngest child, who is 2 years old. On to new news this morning. The Grammy Awards will reunite 3 performers from the Las Vegas Music Festival. That's where the gunman opened fire in October. Eric Church, Maureen Morris, and Brothers Osborne will pay tribute to the victims killed at live music events this past year. The Grammys aired January 28th live right here on KRQE. Also new at 6, British media reports police are investigating a 3rd allegation of sexual assault against actor Kevin Spacey. Authorities say the incident was in 2005, which would have been during the time Spacey was artistic director of London's Old Vic Theatre. We'll stay on top of this story for you. As you wake up this morning, President Trump is planning to address the annual March for Life on the National Mall via video link. It's the nation's largest pro-life event. Yesterday, the White House announced a new federal office to protect medical service providers who are personally opposed to abortion or assisted suicide procedures. Funeral arrangements have not been set yet for passengers who died in a helicopter crash just outside of Raton. An African political leader was among the 5 who died in the crash just east of Raton. Police say 6 people were on board. Only the 911 caller survived. Among the dead are New Mexico's J.C. Dodd, that's a helicopter pilot in the NIMI Hall of Fame, and Zimbabwe political leader Roy Bennett. He led the political party that opposed the country's former dictator, Robert Mugabe. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index only at a 1 because of the chilly temperatures we had out there this morning. But later this afternoon, it's more sunshine, relatively light winds, about 5 to 15 out of the southwest, and warm temperatures. But do expect that Metro Threat Index to climb over the weekend with our next coming storm. Sarah?
A local teacher's passion project that has been 5 years in the making is now giving students a hands-on, in-depth look at the civil rights movement. The Voices of Civil Rights display sprawls across 4 walls at Volcano Vista High School. It features stories of people or events relating to civil rights movement dating all the way back to 1619. Teacher Susanna Ross says it's helping students in her class who are currently reading about Jim Crow laws in the South. Both Ross and students say it's connecting kids throughout the school and sparking a conversation. Crystal?
Okay, listen to this, flu sufferers. You may want to listen to this next story. This morning, researchers at UCLA are working on a new vaccine to fight influenza. They're manipulating the virus's defense mechanisms. The nasal spray still needs to be evaluated and approved by the FDA. It's been a very tough flu season so far. 20 children have died from the flu this year.
Time now for a check on traffic. I'm not seeing anything major out there this morning, although we did have quite a bit of a mess yesterday. So hopefully we can keep things quiet this Friday morning. Of course, I'll keep eyes on the commute for you, let you know if I see anything of concern.
Okay, finally, cookie lovers, listen up. Amazon is now offering an Oreo of the Month subscription box. Did I get your attention? Each month, you'll get a special gift box with an Oreo-inspired gift, recipes, and even special Oreo flavors. A 12-month subscription cost, just $239. That works out to about $19.99 per month.
20 bucks for Oreos?
20 bucks a month for Oreos.
Well, I guess you get a
gift,
like family fun pack.
You
of
get
Oreos.
recipes, and you get a flavor of the month.
Or you could just go to the grocery store and buy like 5 packs for 20 bucks. Then maybe if you are an Oreo lover, it's a good idea.
Maybe. I heard one of our reporters was on board with this already.
Yeah, there we go. Then we just share.
Time for the 5 packs.
At number 5, the popular Santa Fe Museum is at it again. Another expansion is in the works this morning for Meow Wolf. Officials say they've signed on as a tenant at a Las Vegas, Nevada entertainment complex called Area 15. Meow Wolf Las Vegas is set to open next year. Details still limited, but it's already selling tickets online. Earlier this month, Meow Wolf announced it would open a downtown Denver exhibit in 2020.
Number 4 now, this morning PED is backing Governor Martinez's proposal to give teachers a pay raise. During her State of the State address, the governor called for a $70 million increase to public education. She's asking that all teachers get a 2% raise. The education secretary confirmed his support for her proposal. Both are also calling for $8 million more for pre-K education.
At number 3, sunny and mild today, but late tomorrow, rain and snow moving west to east across the state. This will happen too overnight into Sunday morning. Albuquerque, a mix of the rain and snow. Strong winds will follow the cold front as well as cooler temperatures.
Number 2 now, it's now up to the Senate to keep the government funded through tonight. Senators have until midnight to hammer out a deal and get it on the president's desk. This after the House passes a spending bill that will keep the government funded for at least another month. If they don't, funding for several federal agencies will stop. New Mexico's U.S. senators, both Democrats, say they too want a budget passed, but both express concerns of passing another short-term plan, saying New Mexicans who work at national labs, military bases, and other federal facilities deserve a long-term budget. On to number 1 now. This morning, an Albuquerque nonprofit is raising money to rent billboards, all in hopes of spurring tips to help solve one of the biggest murder mysteries in New Mexico. It's been nearly 9 years since the shallow graves of 11 women went missing. They were discovered, and still no suspects have been named. The chief of police would not say if the 2 men KRQE has heard of as potential persons of interest were still on APD's radar. As for the billboard campaign, Street Safe New Mexico is behind it. They say it will run until March. For details on how you can help fundraise, go to our website, krqe.com.